Hey everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we will see what are all the useful method of JSON class which will be useful for us while we are working in the integration process to serialize and deserialize the information. To get the information about JSON class, open your browser, type JSON class in Salesforce or JSON class Salesforce. You will get the first link. You just need to click on that link and it will open the JSON class along with its all the methods that JSON class does provide us in Salesforce. So there are few useful methods that we are going to use frequently while we are developing our Salesforce application and we are trying to integrate, exchange the information with the third party. So you just need to scroll down to the JSON method section. This is the method that we are going to use, deserialize. So deserialize is basically used to convert an string into the JSON object. When we say that string into the JSON object, so that JSON object might be an Apex class, that might be a custom object in Salesforce, that might be an standard object in Salesforce. So once we will be integrating Salesforce with different third-party system, we will be getting the data in JSON form or XML form. So if we are getting the data in JSON form, then we have to deserialize that data into the actual form that we are getting. That might be some kind of Apex classes that we have created or some standard or custom Salesforce object. Then we have got one is deserialized strict, that is also we are going to use. Strict means we have to get the exact object structure inside our Salesforce environment. Suppose that our third party system is sending data like this. Let me quickly open the VS Code for you. This is the editor that I do use. If you have some other, you can use that one. Suppose that your third party system is sending the data like this. Name is this, and then you are getting some email as well in the JSON form, and which is actually written as an string in our Salesforce. So we can say that here email, some email here. If you are using deserialize strict, what it will use, you have to get an Apex class which have these two parameters, or you have to get an object which has these two parameters. Then only you can get the deserialization. Suppose that we are creating a class here for this. We are saying employee wrapper just to store the information. Then we must need to have two parameter. One is saying that string name like this exact, and then we need to say that string email. If you don't have any of these parameters, that deserialization is not going to work. This is what deserialization strict means. Now let's talk about deserialization untyped. This is the method for deserializing a string into the object. That means we say that object, yep, it will always return the object if it is the supreme of all the classes, standard objects, custom objects, any kind of objects. So when we will use deserialization, it will always return object. Now based on our need, we can typecast this into the several data types. Like we can typecast into the class, we can typecast into the map of a string and object, or we can type off into the list of string, we can typecast into the list of object. Anything we can do, but that method will always return object. That's what this JSON deserialize untyped means, because that's why the name is there untyped. There is no specified type. We just need to make sure that it will always return list of or collection of object, and we can convert those into our data type that we wanted to. And the next method is serialize. This serialize is basically used to convert an Apex object or convert an Apex class into the string form, and then we can send that data to the third party system. And then we have serialize. This is accepting one more parameter, which is saying that surface Apex object nulls values. That means if we are using this method and there are some parameters inside our Apex object or inside our Apex classes, those parameters will be removed from the generated string format. That means those null parameters will not be sent to the third-party system. And then we have got serialize pretty and serialize pretty. These are the two methods, one having only the object to serialize, other one is having again that suppress object nulls. So this is basically to generate the string format which will actually looks like a JSON format. If you try to print it, it will indent the code properly, which will look like a JSON format. That's what the difference between serialize and serialize pretty. So these are the few methods of JSON class that we are going to use while we are working with our integration course. So yep, if you wanted to go through about there are more JSON classes like JSON generator, JSON parser, JSON token. If you wanted to go with these classes, you can also go with the classes, see the methods, and you can try how these classes are more helpful to us. So this is it for this lecture. I will see you in next lecture. Thank you.